Yo, what's good, people? This your boy Mike P 1981, and today I want to talk about Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, there's been a lot of info based on Grand Theft Auto 5, showing a lot of galleries, so a lot of info of Grand Theft Auto 5. The info of three protagonists. As you can see on the screen right now, you see three protagonists that's on the cover of the December cover of Grand Theft Auto 5, which is the game Informer. Um, if you want a digital copy, just make sure that you go to the website that I'm on right now. But I'm going to read this article just to get an insight of what's going on right now. There's been a lot of good games that's coming out this year. You have Assassin's Creed 3, Black Ops 2 is coming out next. But there's some good games that's coming out this year. Next year is going to be much more huge, much more bigger than last year. So I'm gonna get into this article for a minute. It says the long wait is over at last. With the December issue, Grand Theft Auto 5 fans can pore over every detail we could get about Rockstar Games' highly anticipated sequel. Over the course of 18 pages, our biggest cover story yet, we introduced the three protagonists discussed in the groundbreaking way to use them to explore the reimagine Los Santos, the biggest open world Rockstar has created to date. The massive features also divulges and dissects many more aspects of the game fans want want to miss. Wow, this is good. I feel like Rockstar had just stepped that game up. I feel like Grand Theft Auto 5 has expanded to a next level. That's three protagonists in one game. That's like the biggest step. No Grand Theft Auto game has ever had any three protagonists, but this time they have three protagonists in the game. Right now I don't know this guy's name, but I think he's Albany. Um, I don't know about him. I don't know all these three guys, but I think one right here is um, Albert, and then the other one you have Dougie, which you have seen in Grand Theft Auto 5 during the trailer of the game. You see him robbing a jewelry store, which is confirmed. And right here, you see him. It's an article. I'm about to go to right now. It's an article. Let's see. It's an article that's saying that he's a protagonist that comes from the East Coast as an East Coast gangster. You know, it says the protagonist is an East Coast gangster who moved to the game with Los Santos, setting Rockstar take on LA in Southern California for a fresh start, the mag says. But as in Godfather 3, just as he thought he was out, they pull him back in. So basically, this article is indicating that he was wanted to make it to California as a fresh new start, but he's committing more crimes just to make his way out of his situation. That's to make out the way out of his problems that's in his life. Um, there's supposed to be more info of Grand Theft Auto 5, but the magazine has just recently came out. But if you get the printed copy, you have to wait until like maybe next week to get it. But it's going to be bigger. It's going to be a lot more huge. Um, if it's the same, if any particular game that you see in today has the same thing as the previous games, then what's the worth of buying $60 of getting the game? It's not worth it. But they have to bring you something new in the table. If they don't bring you something new in the table, then there's no point of buying the game. Um, what else? There's a lot of info of Grand Theft Auto that's coming out. November Rockstar has not been lying about that. Rockstar has been telling the truth. They have been confirming a lot of information of Grand Theft Auto, so we can expect something big from Grand Theft Auto. I have high hopes of Grand Theft Auto making it big this year. So this is the info that's out right now for GameInformer. So if you're trying to get a copy today, make sure you get that. This is the cover of the GameInformer of Grand Theft Auto 5. I have another info that's has just been recently been linked from GTA 5. Um, it's a rapper named The Game. The Game has been selling millions of records. He's been selling. He's been promoting his mixtape. Etc. He's a rap artist. He's a businessman. Um, if you haven't noticed, or if you have noticed already, The Game has been featuring on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and he's been playing as a character. He played as B-Dub, and I'm going to read this article for a minute. It says, asked about, well, I'm not going to get into more info, a lot of detail of this article. I'm not going to read a lot of on this article, but I'm going to read a little bit of it. It says, asked about a GTA cameo on Wired 96.5, the Game said, they Rockstar called, man, and we did a little bit of work with them. He went on to the reference of his character B-Dub before adding, once you in a video game, you can struck gold, man. It's an interview that he did, which, as you can see on the screen right now, is Studio 97, which is like a hip hop station. If you skip to 349, you will get the understanding that he's confirming that he's in the game, but he didn't really get into depths of the game. He didn't get into depths of how he would be portrayed as that character. B-Dub was a person on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas as a person that once was a game member, but now he's a drug dealer. I'm not getting into detail of him as a character, but Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was like one of the greatest Rockstar games ever. But tell me what you think about this video. What are your thoughts on Grand Theft Auto? Linking more info. What are your thoughts? Subscribe, comment, like, whatever you want to do. This year has been more better than last year for gamers this year. Games that's coming out this year has been a lot more bigger. Tell me your thoughts of GTA 5. I'm out. Peace.